What's up, guys? I'm here at Kitty Hawk. Now, Carl, why are you at Kitty Hawk? I'll tell you why.
We are about to stall,
And this is our adventures in and around South Africa. I'm busy prepping GoPros on this beautiful 210 because wait for it, we're going to Botswana. Yes, that place, and it's all thanks to our friends at African Flying Safaris.
Hallo!
How are you?
Goed, dank jezelf.
Mooi. You guys remember Johan from Leidenburg? It's thanks to him and Sjoerd that we're going on this trip. Okay, you guys have to see this. It's insane how this aircraft's packed. Yo. Unfortunately, Rian won't be joining us on this trip because he's stuck with some work-related stuff. However, I'm on my way to go pick up my friend who will be joining us. After preparing the aircraft for the next day's flight, I headed to Pretoria to pick up my friend Kobus, who's joining us on this trip. We then joined up with the rest of the party at the Farm Inn, where we were welcomed by a traditional African dance, great food, great company, and a good night's rest. Good morning, guys. We had a great night's rest. We're on our way to breakfast now.
A little bit early, but we're up, ready for a long day of flying. It's gonna be fun, so yeah, join us. Okay, so we're out at the airport now, busy installing the GoPros and packing, getting it set up. The prop.
This is it! Let's get going! We split the group into 4 aircraft, 2 210s and 2 182s. With the 210s taking the lead and the 182s just behind, we set off for Pilanesberg, about 76 nautical miles from Kitty Hawk.
And Kitty Hawk traffic, and Delta Foxtrot Charlie 210, we're lining up runway 01. After takeoff, it will be a right turn initially and climbing to 6,500 feet. Routing for Pilanesberg, 5 on the ground. Traffic coming off X-ray. And November Alpha Fox and Company, we Alpha Beam the tower 6000 on the ridge.
Copy, thank you. Break, Whiskey Alpha Papa, runway 29, surface and light and variable, clear to land.
Yes, Reaper is bezig.
Ja, jy skrik later. Ja, ek luister val ook so.
Carol Echo is your outbound bound.
Al wat ek verstaan is noord en suid.
After clearing the super busy Wonderboom airspace, we had clear skies, full throttles and beautiful scenery all the way, reaching Pilanesberg in about 25 minutes. We just arrived at Pilanesberg for fuel for the 182s and for customs, and then we're on our way to Maun. An interesting fact to know is that Botswana is super strict about meat and fruit, so the aircraft need to be checked for contraband as well. Taking off from Pilanesberg, we climbed all the way up to flight level 105 and cruised with a ground speed of around 170 knots, making the last leg of the flight about 2.5 hours. I believe many of you, like myself, love aviation stories and hearing how other pilots started flying. So I asked Johan about his flying and adventurous lifestyle and what African Flying Adventures is all about.
Aviation, I got in the early 2000s I was flying a little with a friend on microlights. Then in 2015 I actually bought an aeroplane before I had a license, and then with Stefan, involved with him, with friends, I got into the PPL. Luckily not the microlight thing. I think that would have been too slow for me. Yeah. So our goal is to target pilots from abroad to come to Africa and experience the bush and safaris mainly. So we validate their license, we help them to hire their own aircraft, then go along as guides, and they experience the nice places we've seen before, and sharing the experience with other people that come abroad.
Upon starting our descent, we quickly realized that we were indeed in Africa when the outside air temperature gauge started rising like a wristwatch from a comfortable 25 degrees to 40 degrees Celsius, or 104 degrees Fahrenheit for our American friends. Botswana being the bush flying mecca of southern Africa, it was an absolute thrill to see so many bush equipped planes in one place. After customs, we met with the very friendly locals who showed us to the 4x4s we'll be using in the Okavango Delta.
So this is our routes for the next few days.
They then took us through all the camping equipment included with the vehicles before we set off to find Crocodile Camp, where we spent the first night in rural Africa. In part 2, we continue our African journey by learning how to get stuck in sand and how to get out of it before we head into Moremi Game Reserve, where we saw a myriad of wildlife from afar and up close and personal right inside our camp, all the way to the Big Five. Let us know what you think in the comments below. Smash that like button if that's something you're into, and subscribe if you haven't already to be notified when part 2 is live. As always, dream big, fly high, and live the adventure.